Fouled back. Out of play. Today on the Manspace. Welcome to the Manspace podcast. We're your hosts, Doctors Matt Brown and Rob Porter, and clinical therapist Mike Porter. Welcome, Spaceman.
What the crap did that even mean?
What is that from? Fouled back, out of play. It's from a video game.
No, it wasn't. I think it was from that. Remember that? We had that like.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
It was a handheld game.
Well,
it just gave you audio. Like you'd push the button to pitch, and I would have to hit the right. There'd be like little lights, and it'd hit the right time.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, and it would talk about like I made whatever it would say before that. But then it'd be like fouled back, out of play.
Yeah.
It's only because Matt kept saying, "Where are your cups today?"
It's like foul ball.
Yeah, fouled.
Yeah.
But it was saying fouled back.
Yeah,
I guess like
fouled back, out of play.
Out of play. It was a. There's little phrases like that. Like if I think about NBA Jam, you guys remember playing that game?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's leading up. Stuff like that. It's like, boy, those phrases will stick with me forever.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some other weird ones.
Just like Tecmo Bowl. Ready, down, hut, 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 hut. It would just go forever. You could.
Oh, Tecmo Bowl.
I think Mike knows this, but I think I told you guys our seat. We were, it was the early 2000s, so everyone still had hidden tracks on their CDs.
Yeah.
And ours was supposed to be like 25 minutes of hut, 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 hut before we got to an actual song that we recorded. But my brother Paul cut it short, so it was just for a second. I was like, no, you ruined it, man. That was the whole freaking point. They had to listen through 25 minutes of hut.
I remember one album I had. I don't remember what the band was, but like I had fallen asleep listening after the end song, and then after like 13 minutes, the hidden track pops in, and it was like loud. I was like, oh!
There was
I remember being so mad.
There's a punk ska band from the early 2000s called MU330. It has some really good stuff, but they had this super at the end of like it was like an hour long before their hidden track came on, and my friend Ryan had turned it on when we were falling asleep, and then all of a sudden, an hour later, after we're both asleep, it's all dark in the room, and it was a weird kind of creepy sound. I just laid there in bed, like freaked out, like what do I do? It's like this creepy noise, this creepy song with like a distorted voice. It was all deep and low. I was like, it's Satan coming to get me. It's happening. Just like those pigs on my mission that was like when they'd right outside my window at 3 a.m. they'd kill pigs to go take them to the market. And the first night they told me about it happening, but I was like, okay. But I didn't know how loud it was. The pigs squeal and scream like humans. And they shove a stick down its throat to hold its neck straight.
Oh.
And so it's like, and then they stab it in the throat, and you can hear it like bubble. It's like, and I was like, laid there in bed, being like, I can't do this. Like thinking to myself, Christ cast the demons into the swine. I think those swine are in that swine has demons in it. It's like 3 in the morning. I'm like, I'm gonna die here.
I remember, I was in my last area. And this guy was making my hammock for me. He made great hammocks. But we went as he happened to be slaughtering a pig. And so same thing, like I remember I'd never seen this happen before, but same thing, like the knife, like they didn't do the stick thing. I don't remember that, but knife into the throat, watching it like twist and like kind of crank it around and then just blood like into a bucket. They caught it in a bucket. Like I don't know why, but sure.
Do something with it, blood sausage or
something.
Yeah,
in the Philippines.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, if you anthropomorphize animals, it's like, oh my gosh, that thing it's like watching a human being stabbed in the neck and just bleed out, and you're just staring at him like, can't wait to eat you later. You're gonna be delicious.
You're gonna make some nice bacon.
Man, it was horrifying. I feel like I can't come back from that now. So catch us next time on the Manspace.
Happy 200th episode.
Oh, that's right.
200.
Space. Let's not make Matt in charge of the banners. 200. What?
I almost wore it.
Banner.
Have you ever listened to John Mulaney's thing about drawing birthday banners? It's like
maybe.
you always start off so excited. It's like, oh, this is gonna be a good one. H A. Oh, I'm gonna run a space. P P Y. Then he's like, second row, you totally forget again. You're like, B. Oh crap. So it's like, happy birthday. I do it every time. I'm like, no, dang it. I guess it's gonna say B day.
Happy B-Day.
Because I gotta make it fit.
Happy birthday, dorks. We're happy anniversary. This is, I mean, I guess it's technically loosely. No, that doesn't math. That doesn't math up. I was going to say it's technically our 4-year anniversary. That's not entirely true. Matt and I have been doing this for like 17 years. We just have 4 years of podcasts.
Yeah, when you look back at the date, doesn't it have some weird? Because we actually posted the first one. I think it's September, but it shows like July or something.
Oh, does it? I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I didn't start coming till December 2020.
July.
You were there for the first one.
Oh,
I was.
No,
We
no,
did,
no,
like,
you
I
weren't.
think we did the first one in Rob's office.
Were you there for the first one, or did we do the first one and then you joined in after?
No, I was there for the first one, but then I was gone for the next however many.
That was in July 17th of 2021.
Because I used to only participate when we were in person.
Mike wasn't invited.
I was not invited to the weekly virtual at first.
What's the story on?
I think it's just you guys had already cleared your schedules and I hadn't. Like I hadn't
we
adjusted.
Used to do. Yeah, me and you would do virtual. So the first few, like, intimacy shrinkage. I think that was just me and you.
Yeah. So like I was there for the first one, and then I don't think I started coming in regularly until like the 6th or 7th one.
Man, I got to be honest. I look back at our titles, and I know we decided it was a bad idea.
I think we just thought we would run out.
That's true. Although I like the idea of pushing my creativity to think what other
dumb titles can I come up with?
Yeah, like what movie quote could I use as a title?
Didn't we only do like 10 or 11?
Yeah.
We did. Yeah, like our last one was October. So it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because the last one was, what are you afraid of? A fate worse than death? No, just death. Isn't that enough? The problem is and this is as a side note, and this is ironic, I'll tell you, because the feedback that I got from some of the spacemen, I'm not doing it right now. I didn't realize it was my job, but I guess it is. I'll tell you guys later what it is. But it does make me sad because I feel like making your like podcasts and your blogs and your stuff like searchable and highly ranked in Google search stuff, like you have to have uncreative names. Like episode 37, where we talk about feelings, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it feels like that's boring. Like I feel like search criteria and it's freaking killing creativity. I could be a lot funnier if I could just quote other people's stuff that's funny. Although Mike, I just finished watching that BYU, Billy Joel. I don't know where I got that. Which
I don't either.
I just watching the Billy Joel documentary.
And
have you not watched it yet?
Oh, I've watched it.
Oh, I like the first one better than the second one.
Yeah, I didn't know as much from the first half.
Me neither, and it was a little more music focused. I felt like,
yeah,
and the second half got much more personal.
Yeah,
but I think it might have been Sting when they interviewed Sting, but somebody was saying something about how, like, he said we all stand on the shoulders of giants. He's like, we're all just writing.
Sting said this?
Yeah, we're all just taking somebody else's stuff, and then they had Nas on there, and he's like, he goes, all you do, you're just taking somebody else's thing and putting your own spin on it, and that's your music now. Like, because I guess Billy Joel got some crap for one of his songs that he said that he took straight from Mozart, but he even or maybe it was Beethoven. Yeah, but he even puts in he's like, or accusing me of stealing. He's like, I didn't steal it. I credited him
like
right there.
On the album cover. It says L. Beethoven.
Anyway, funny. It was fascinating and made me totally want to, like, I'm going to drop out of college and join a band.
Well, that's
Ryan gave me the opportunity, and I freaking betrayed him.
Way to go, Rob.
We could have been blood brothers. Oh well. We probably would have ended up hating each other, and this way we got to still love each other from a distance. Still makes me laugh. Whatever his thing was, like, guys' night 2 nights a week in this economy. All right, Spaceman, for our 200th episode, if you haven't been paying attention, And I do have an announcement about this, so you can go and click on a link right now in this episode if you want. We're giving each other feedback. Now, I do have a question about this. I have feedback for you both. I've been stockpiling and waiting for my moment. But
you have feedback, not listener feedback, you're saying.
I do. We have a little bit of listener feedback, not a ton, because I think I got it out too late. And so that's the announcement would be the feedback sheet. There's a link in, there'll be a link in this podcast, so they can, I'm still open to having it come through. Like, I think, give us more feedback. So you two turds probably didn't post it in your social media, did you? Oh, you did?
I'm not on social media, so.
You don't even have Facebook, Mike? You're 45. You have to.
I mean, I do. I haven't been on Facebook in well over a year.
What happened to your practice Instagram?
I technically still have it.
Okay.
I just, again, haven't done anything on it in like a year. I really don't like social media.
Fair.
It's not typically a good place for me to spend time, so I don't.
I'm in there right now. I'm going down a vortex of Facebookery. I actually do not like it. Like, I decided all of our social media, if we do anything to try to generate stuff for this, I'm not doing any of it on TikTok. I freaking hate TikTok. I finally got rid of it because I was like, what? I kept getting these ones where I was like, why am I getting like videos of people playing video games? And then I noticed down in the corner where like a tool, I don't know, like one of their tools would be for a video game, it's just porn. I was like, what the crap? But I kept watching these videos being like, why am I getting these? And I'd watch it for a second being like, am I waiting for something? Then I flicked to the next one, but I waited too long apparently, because I was like, oh, you want more of those? And I was like, oh, so I was like, screw this. So I just deleted it.
Yeah.
So no more TikTok, everybody. Get off TikTok. That's our
like, even when I don't fall victim to that kind of thing, I'm just
a victim.
Yeah. I'll just be, like swiping and realize it's been an hour and I had intended to be there for like 5 minutes. And I'm like, well, son of a gun.
Do you guys remember, did you guys see Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
Yeah.
My wife and I were just talking about that show is so freaking funny. There's a part where when whatever his name is, I can't remember his name now. Flintlock Wood. When he's showing the reporter girl like his thing, but something goes wrong. He's like, oh, hold on, let me just fix this for a second. He puts up cat videos, and then it comes back. She goes, I can't believe I've been watching cat videos for 3 hours. That's what Instagram is to me.
Yeah. That's why I don't do it.
So today, Spacemen, for our show, it's the feedback episode where we give each other feedback.
The feedback loop.
Positive feedback, except that's not actually good. Positive feedback loops. Everyone's like, positive, that sounds good. It's like, it's not. And we take in apparently some feedback from you guys about things we could improve. I'm gonna kind of come up with themes. I won't necessarily pull out direct quotes from some of these. And then which I should say, I really appreciate personally the people who posted and said, hey, maybe cover topics like this, because it helps us know, like, otherwise we're just sitting here being like, what should we talk about today? What have we been thinking about? It makes a really big difference to find out things that we have covered before, but it's like, oh, we need to cover that some more then. Maybe we need to be more specific, or maybe we need to do a little series on it or something like that. So where do you guys want to start this? Do you want to start by pitching each other? No, I say pitching because Matt's going to throw balls at us.
Wear your cups.
No,
cup check.
Cup story. Did I ever tell you about my high school baseball coach? He would, like, when he was hitting like warm up stuff.
I don't know this story.
I'll give
Keep
the video
going.
guys a visual. But he would, he'd sit there, like, for those of you who played baseball, you remember the fungo bat. It's like a really long bat with like a small barrel, but it's used for hitting warm up stuff. So he's just like, he'd stand sideways with a ball in his hand and go, like, hit it twice off of his cup, and then hit it to whoever he's gonna hit it to. So we were all joking that, like, at the end of the year pizza party, he was gonna be like, who wants a slice? Just
what's a slice? I like too that just seems so like 90s to be like end of the year pizza party. Can't wait for the pizza party.
Yeah, that's not 90s. That's just school.
Isn't it funny, like that phrase pizza party?
There was a whole board game, dude. You remember?
No.
Dude, I'll play the commercial for you at the end. Party,
like
pizza
this?
Party.
Yeah, party, pizza party.
It's from the game. It's the commercial.
I just know that.
You had toppings and slices, and I can't remember anything else. So that was pretty much
cups.
it. No, I think it'd be good to start with the
Feedback,
listener feedback.
We just have. There's a couple themes, so I'll start with me, so it takes the heat off. There's just a few. One person was very encouraging. All the feedback was like, "You're really good at this. Keep doing that." I was like, "Well, that's freaking cool."
Nice.
But I'll tell you the first one to me that was like, it's direct, and we've heard it before. The thing that made me laugh was like, "Oh, is that my job?" All right. The feedback for me, the first one was, I got to get back to the sheet. Get to the point. Get to the point much faster within the first 2 to 3 minutes.
What?
Which I'm like, what? Uh-huh. I was
That was like feedback specifically for you or for the podcast?
It's feedback for me. It was Rob. What could you improve? And I thought, I guess it's my job to get to the point.
Well, I mean,
and that's I was like, I guess I'm running the show.
You see where that comes from, right?
I'm the one who meanders.
No, you're always the one to do the little pre-show, and then you're the welcome. And so, yeah, we have allowed, I think, it to become like Rob kind of
runs the show.
You're the host. We're the co-hosts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just as I always wanted it to be.
Uh-huh.
I always make sure I put you guys first on the things, Matt and Mike, and then there's Rob. So that one, it did make me laugh too, because it's like, that's good feedback, but I always struggle with it because one of the reasons I was thinking about this driving down here, that I put miles on my car. We spend money doing this. We make no money doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do I do this? And I still feel like I still like it. I still like hanging out. I still like doing this thing.
It always was.
Just what?
I was going to say, that's what it always was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, I feel like, I don't know if I want to get rid of that, but how do I, so I that's feedback I have to think about, like to say, all right, well, how do I incorporate that idea of maybe getting to the point and allowing ourselves to go on and off track so that the point is there.
Or beginning conversations shorter or what? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Cause
we got feedback early on though, that a lot of people said, like, I like podcasts where people like check in with each other about what's going on in their lives.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably how we started.
Because we used to jump faster to the thing, I think.
Yeah. So we've drifted.
I would be curious though, because I've talked to a handful of people where they say that their favorite part is the fact that we don't
get there too fast.
Yeah, like they love that it feels like they're just hanging out with us.
Well, and this is that's part of, one person said, I love the setup, like sitting down with friends at the drink store and talking, banter about topics.
Dude, like I also super love that they sit down at the drink store.
I know it's all.
You don't sit down, you get in and get out of there as fast as possible. It's weird in there sometimes.
Drink stores can be dodgy places.
What's so funny? I have to train myself still to say drink store. Shame on me.
You have to train yourself to do it?
I still call it the gas station.
What kind of weirdo were you not going to the drink store enough when you had little kids?
Dude, I got correct. Oh, no, I didn't. But
I always called it the corner store as kids.
Yeah, but I got corrected by one of our other listeners, David, my wife's cousin. He's like, it's a drink store. I was like, oh.
You don't go there for gas.
Like, for me, I think it happened just because I was going to the store. And so the kids would be like, well, what store are you going to? And I'd be like, no, I'm just going to the drink store. And they'd be like, oh, okay. And so, like, my kids grew up calling it the drink store. So that's, I think if you had kids, if you'd gone more when you had younger kids, you'd probably.
Yeah, that's probably true. But I was still under the belief that I could save my kids from the life of woe of being addicted to soda.
Well, I was going to say, I remember in Lubbock, you're like, call to action for everybody. It was always like, big drinks.
That's the
Let's
other
go
thing,
get big drinks.
that we call it big drinks.
Because it was big fountain drinks.
Who wants a big drink?
I still do. We're going to get big drinks. So what's that? All right. So those are the two. I mean, I didn't tell you the second one for me that I'll kind of summarize it. It's good. It talks about my use of humor and knowing when to use it and being able to influence people with it. I do like that it says, it's kind of funny. It's not specific. It says, things you could do, but don't change too much. It says you help move the show, even if it's from a joke, making a joke around to make a point, or by being the joke. And it said, I want you to keep that, which I was like, okay, cool. I do try to do that as much as possible. Now, who wants to go next?
Hit me.
Me.
All right. Mike said hit me first. So I heard him first. I'm going backwards in order. Mike, your first one, actually, yours are similar. You have
Meander less?
No, it says, I want to hear more from Mike. You don't talk too much, which is okay. But when you do, people listen to you. And this one, I'm not sure. It says, when you went beast mode, it moved me. I don't remember you going beast mode, but I'm like, cool. He said, you bring so much to the group and roll with it. I love that. I want to see and hear more. The other one said, stand up for yourself. Stop putting yourself down and excusing yourself. I like that one. It's just kind of punchy and direct. Like, hey, don't make excuses for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Don't let Rob. That was probably the patron saint. Like, don't let it, which would have been.
No, that's funny thing. My
Stop
guess
making
is
Rob say that.
The patron saint was the first one, if I had to guess.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I still feel like that could have been the angel investor.
Wait, the first one for me.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But those are your two pieces, Mike. Any that's surprising to you? Like mine, I think those were not surprising.
Yeah, no. No, not particularly.
Okay. And scene. We'll get back to you in a second, Mike, when we talk about all the things you need to change.
I was like, today might be a Mike-centric episode. We're going to focus on Mike.
Point
He's got
47. Matt. Oh, I like the way yours is phrased too. First one, I feel like you're a slow release of good advice from your struggles to your strengths. Keep showing the other dads with kids that life will be okay. I know I never got instruction manual for my kids and wife, and this show helps normalize some of that. And then the other one, I was like, that's interesting. I'd be curious to see what you think of this. It said, speak sooner with more conviction.
Yeah, I've gotten that feedback before.
Have you? I feel like
really,
like when you speak, I feel like shh, the smart guy's talking.
No,
a little bit.
Well, but I think that I've gotten feedback before, like, hey, you're thinking too much about what other people,
how they'd receive it,
are thinking. Like Doug, my main feedback for quals was like, why did you have to like qualify all of that?
From Doug?
Because I said something like, I know stats isn't everybody's thing, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, and then I explained to Model, and he was like, why did you have to like make everybody, like, just don't apologize for being excited about something? Like,
I think it's because when you talk, I'm always, I really feels like, oh, Matt's got good. You retain so much. I'm looking at the 7 books over there you're reading, and you retain things in ways that I don't retain it. So I'm always like, I don't know. Maybe I'd have to listen for it, but I think if you've heard that before, this is what I think is interesting is if you've thought it yourself, like this get to the point faster. I actually thought it could be that it could be not that I have to take the show to the point in 2 to 3 minutes. It's saying, Rob, you talk sometimes way too long. Get to the point. Keep your comments to 2 to 3 minutes. Because I know I will veer around as I'm trying to talk. I verbally process. And so it's like, oh yeah, I can see that I do that.
Yeah. No, I think that, I don't know if you would all say the same, that these are like helpful and like definitely true. I think, yeah, I can definitely, that's nice to know though. What was the slow release?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say like
that.
Both of these people who shared feedback, like both of them, I think, which I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts about this because I've had a lot of, I don't know, just thoughts about how I view feedback and stuff, but they were very encouraging in their feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Which
that's what I think is cool about. That's why I like this idea when Matt initially proposed it, because it feels like these aren't people saying, "Hey, this is why your show sucks." It's people saying, "I really like this show. Here's what I think. Here's where I think you could do better."
Yeah.
Which is exactly what, when I sit with clients all day, I'll say, you're not telling them this is why you suck. You're saying, "Hey, I like all these things that are going on, but I would like more of this."
Mm-hmm.
That's why that comment about getting there to the point faster, I feel like I do want to figure out how we can keep the feeling of like friends bantering and laughing together while also like weaving it in and out instead of we bantered and now we weave, or now we're in the stuff. I feel like I want to figure out a way to do that.
I think we can do I think we did that probably more early on. We had kind of like a brief like check in with each other, and then we would weave in and out throughout, because I have heard that feedback before, that it, like, a couple people said it kind of like this, where it's like, okay, jumping into any topic about how I could be better or my relationships or things like that is already a little bit vulnerable. But then when I listen to you guys, I'm like, oh, these guys are idiots too. Cool. I can listen. It's like, it's just like normal dudes that are struggling with the same things. And, and also like, know what we're talking about, but don't take ourselves too seriously. So I think that's maybe just like the way that the episode is stacked, right? We probably go like hardcore, like all over the place. Then we dial in.
Yeah.
And it probably could just be blending those two things more.
Well, and part of that would be, I think I started doing all the intro and stuff because you guys kind of were like, go for it. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I just got burned out on coming up with things to say. You're always better at it than both of us. So I'm like, just go for it.
I mean, like when I said fell back out of play, you're both like, what? I guess it might be what it was. But it does make me think, oh, okay, so it may just mean that maybe I just run it because it's easier that way. And so I'll bring stuff out and we can go back and forth, and who knows? Like I said, I want to think about it.
But when you were citing your old video game and then Tecmo Bowl, you guys remember Christian Okoye?
Yeah.
On Super Tecmo
Christian
Bowl?
who?
Yeah. Christian Okoye for the Chiefs. Dude, that guy could carry like the entire defense on his back and still keep going.
That game, it's like there was always, for each team, there was like
one guy.
Yeah, there was like one
Barry
play.
Sanders was like...
Yeah, like Ronnie Lott because I always played the 49ers because I loved their play number 3 where you could do like it was like a shotgun and it would do like deep bomb.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And like Ronnie Lott was always like this player that could, I don't remember what position he played. Was he a safety or something?
He was a safety.
Yeah, I thought he was safety, but like it was like that guy's going to freaking destroy it. And then if so it just felt like I'd run the same play every single time, and you could just score a touchdown every time with number 3 on 49ers. Because why did we like the 49ers so much growing up? Because Arizona didn't have a team?
Everybody liked the 49ers for a while.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Montana, I think for a lot of people, Steve Young, for a lot of BYU fans, Steve Young was a big part.
But it was like the 49ers, the Dolphins, the Dan Marino.
But they were super dominant.
And they had won multiple World Series, good job, Super Bowls. Okay, so I hope, Spaceman, that there's more, because I really like the idea of I always struggle with this when I would teach. I used to do this thing teaching at universities, like where halfway through the semester I'd say we do like a stop, start, continue kind of thing. Stop doing this. I'd ask the students, what do you want me to stop doing? What do you want to see more of? And eventually I stopped doing it because the feedback would be so dichotomous. Like some people would say, stop telling so many stories. Yeah. The next person would say, tell more stories. It's like, okay, and one person's like, more PowerPoints. And somebody else said, I like that you don't use PowerPoints. So I was like, I can't meet all of this.
No, it's tough when they become like customer satisfaction surveys.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why the feedback we have so far, like I said, I don't think I put this out soon enough, but I do like that it is like, here's some things, and there are some specific things that they said, here's some things I'd like to see more of from the show in general. they offered some very specific topics that I like. That we'll get into over the. I'm not going to mention all those here, but we'll get into those as we go along. But now, let's feedback each other. That could be another shirt quote. Cup and fungo. Fungo?
That's the name of the bat.
Cup and fungo time.
TPX Fungo. Yeah. Side note, real fast on cups and fungos. Dude, do you guys follow? Well, I guess you're not on social media, so never mind. But there's this account called Baseball Bat Bros.
Oh, is that the dudes who go out there and just
test like all sorts of different bats and bats from the 90s and stuff? And it is like one of the most satisfying things to just watch.
I know
somebody like jack super deep homers and just hear the sound of the bat. So yeah,
especially wooden.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's my favorite sound.
I just found out there's some like collegiate. It's like a collegiate summer league that's not. I saw something. It was like it was fan appreciation night, so they had some fan get up and they pitched to him, and he hit a 2-run homer. I was like, oh, that'd be a pretty cool moment. It's like, hey, put me on the team.
Mike, you're going first.
You're giving feedback first, Mike. He just see that? You got to spring it on you. Woo! It's better. I'm feeling very fragile today, so.
Well, so that's
nope. That's what we're here for, man.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm debating whether or not to tell you and then share why I struggled with this thing,
tell us
to tell why I struggled and then share your feedback.
No,
what do you want
first? I'll talk about
feedback.
Yeah, I think feedback first. I want to clarify something before we do it though, so I know. Are we talking feedback in general? Or are we talking feedback for this show?
I was saying in general.
Okay, cool. Me too.
I was going to say mine was not necessarily feedback for the show.
Okay, cool.
Although Matt's probably leans a little more that way.
Huh. Interesting.
Does that mean you have no relationship with me outside the show?
I knew it. We're not friends.
I mean,
you're dead that's my feedback for you, Mike. You're dead to me.
Forget it, Mike. I'm not coming up.
But when Matt turns to share feedback, he's like, and I have nothing for Mike.
Because apparently
I knew him better.
Know each other that well. No, Matt, you are one of those people I think that is fantastically hilarious. And I will often say stuff and like Jen will be like, Matt? And I was like, yeah, which I mean, it's been long enough now that she knows, right?
Yeah.
But I like, for me, there's that side of you that I see often that I don't think, like I was thinking about it in terms of like, I wonder how much his clients see that guy.
A little bit. But
and so my feedback was like, I would be super curious to see what would happen if you like melded the two parts of you more. Right? There's like what Rob pointed out. Like I to me, like when you start, like your ability to retain information is ridiculous. And so to see kind of the merging of those two things, that ability to, recall studies and recall books and things that you've read, and merging it with the humor. Like, I don't know, I'd be super, super curious to see where that would go. So that was
unstoppable.
What?
Unstoppable.
Right. Suddenly Matt doesn't need us for the show anymore.
It'd just be the Matt show.
Yeah, right.
The Manspace.
It'd just be a bunch of random noises and some factoids.
I can't do his little high-pitched fart noise. Do it. That's good.
So when we were a lot younger, I don't remember who I was talking to someone. They're like, man, I'd love to see you and Rob on a talk show. And we would laugh. And I said, all it would be is Rob talking and me just giggling in the background.
We've arrived.
It's true. We have. All right, Rob.
Just kidding.
No, yours is, I'd love to see you embrace physical affection more.
Challenge me, you turd.
Because that's the thing. Like it's one of those things where, like I've never questioned whether or not you love me.
Right.
I'm sure Matt hasn't either.
All the time.
He barely even knows us.
I lay awake at
He goes to
night.
bed at night. He's like, Rob, why can't you love me? But there is just like, there is just something to be said for what is communicated through physical affection. It's just a different thing. And it is, like I was very good at it when I lived in Texas. My friend Mike Pedlow helped me just kind of embrace hugging. I hugged everybody all the freaking time. I didn't care. People who would not hug anyone else would hug me. And I loved it. And I've struggled with that since I've moved here. There's a couple of guys that I will hug pretty much every time I see them. But there is just something like the number of times that I'm rambling. My point is I would love to see you embrace that a little more.
By embracing.
By embracing.
It's interesting because me too. It's an intimacy thing, man.
I know.
I'm like, how do I move? What is my deal? Anyway, that's good.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said, it's one of those where I think people who know you, like to me, they don't like. I've never questioned either your loyalty to me or your love for me or any of those things.
Yeah, but I do know I've heard from friends that they wish they could get in closer to me.
Yeah, I get that.
So that's the part where I'm like, it's good feedback. It's like, okay, it's widespread enough. It's like, I got to work on that.
Yeah.
Got to figure out how.
But that's, to me, some of that too, like, and this is where we kind of get into, at least for me, what made this a challenging thing to prep for. It was two things. It was one, I've realized maybe I used to be different, but I don't, like, when I hang out with people, I don't sit and think, man, I really wish you did this different.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not how I see people.
Yeah.
Like I've had, we've talked about it in the past, Rob, people that'll, share things that, like, oh, this frustrates me about Rob. And I'm like, oh, okay, you just don't know Rob.
Yeah.
Like, because that's just Rob. Like, he's not being hurtful. He's not being malicious or mean. Like, it's Rob. Like, it's like, I
just
don't.
a turd.
No, which is funny because
kidding.
I don't think that either. Right. Like,
I know. I'm kidding.
And so it was very, hard. And it was the same with you, Matt. Like, to me, because initially when I was sitting there thinking about it and struggling to come up with things for either of you, I thought, do I not know? Like, Rob and Matt have known each other for like decades at this point. Like, I've known you for like 5 years,
Not quite.
a decade and a half at least.
Yeah.
Close,
Yeah.
I mean, you've been private practice for 15 years.
Yeah. We're at like probably 17 years or something.
Yeah. So I mean, you're closer to 2 decades than not.
Yeah.
And so I thought, but then I realized it wasn't that. I feel like I do know you, but stupid.
Don't look at us.
Don't look at you, man.
With both of you, I just look up to both of you so much that, like, I thought, what's there to fix? I'm trying to be more like them both. Like, why am I going to point out things that, sure, like, I can see how people see things as shortcomings. Like, it's not like I'm an idiot. But to me, I don't know. It was one of those where I thought, I don't know, like, how am I supposed to find things that I want to see better in two people that I admire and respect and want to be like. Like, it was a really hard thing for me. And then some of it came down to a shift I've had in, I think, recent years, where I look at motivation for change, and I don't think there's a ton of benefit in focusing on, here's this thing I don't like about myself.
Yeah.
I don't think the brain does well with focus on negative.
Right.
Which is why I don't think saying, well, I don't like this about myself, so I'm going to stop doing it. Well, now we've just given the brain two negatives to try to deal with. And so to me, that was ultimately where I ended up with the two of you, was trying not to say, because like, I know with the affection thing, Rob, I know it's something you've worked on.
I know it's something I know I need to work on, but yes.
Well, no, but that's just it. Like, we saw each other a couple of weeks ago at the reunion.
I came in there.
What now?
I came in there for that.
You
I
did.
my brother-in-law too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I have memories of times I've hugged you over the years, and especially when you were younger, right? There's a lot of like, kind of joking approach to it, and
to hugs.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Which was always funny to me, right? Like, it never, like, again, like, none of this was just, it was Rob. Like, there was, it's not that I saw anything necessarily wrong with it. It was just Rob. But looking and just, like, this last time, like, there wasn't any of that. You just came in for a hug. And I was like, oh, he's like, I was honestly, like, sincerely proud of you. Because I know, like, you've expressed before, like, that you want to be different about that.
Yeah.
And so to me, like, there's so much benefit in saying, no, here's this thing I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to worry about what I'm doing instead of that, or what I'm not doing, but here's this behavior I want. How do I get there?
Yeah.
And so that's, like, to me, I think, Spaceman, as you're looking at doing these kinds of, because I think there is a lot of benefit in having these kinds of conversations. But to me, I think there's so much more benefit in focusing on, here's this thing I want to increase, as opposed to, here's this thing I want to decrease. I think as you naturally increase a positive thing, the negative will decrease on its own, because you only have so much capacity.
Yeah.
So.
Well, those were good, man.
Good job,
Good
man.
job, yeah.
Thanks. Well, I was not expecting to go first,
No.
because like, I did not want to, like, I wasn't sure how to express myself without coming off as like, well, I don't even see people that way. So
I don't see color.
No, now you can take the big deep breath.
Right. And now I just get to sit here and hold back different tears for.
No, my turn. I'm coming at you. I'm coming at you.
Cup check.
No, Mike, I'm going to give you a stop and a start.
Okay.
Stop comparing yourself to me and Rob on the one thing that matters the absolute least in everything we do, which is our degrees.
Seriously, the degree thing doesn't matter for crap.
I know.
No, seriously, Ed, like, think about this for a second. Your start, like, you've been a man longer than either of us.
It's true.
You've been a husband longer than either of us. You've been a dad longer than either of us. You've been a professional longer than either of us. Like,
that's true.
You have been, like, a friend longer than either of us. Like, everything that comes from you is so, like, genuine, and not, like, it's not your training that it comes from, right? Like, it's you. And I 100% agree with the feedback that the person said. Like, when you talk, people listen. And I know, like, for you, the fear has been, no one's going to want to hear what I want to say, and everybody already assumes I'm an idiot, right? Like, so in the classic words of Bob Newhart, stop it.
Stop it,
but no, seriously, man,
box.
like I think that like, just being around you and hearing you talk in and of itself is a soothing thing. And like the information is, obviously super helpful too, but it's like, it's just you. So the comparison and the looking up, right? Like maybe do a sideways glance at us.
I was going to say, I think
I agree. Yeah.
I think admiring and looking up, I think that's great. Until it's like, because you guys are better than me. I think, no, I don't. I look up to each of you, but not because I think you're better than me.
Yeah.
It's like, there's just things where I think that's a quality I like that I wish I had more of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. And I think that, trying to formulate things in a way that's not you it's not going to work. Obviously, I don't know if you ever do that, but like just when you speak, like oftentimes you've qualified like, well, this is when I was a teacher, and it's like, dude, it's all you,
right?
Like it's all your lived experience, and yeah, you've got. If we're comparing on qualifications, the ones that matter, you're already beyond us. Yeah. But I think comparison blows anyway. So like,
yeah,
that's a deep quote. That's like the comparison is the thief of joy. Dr. Matt Brown, comparison blows.
Matt's is better.
Just straight to the point.
And yeah, having you here is not. It's like, I think if we've had episodes where it's two of us in some configuration, and it's like they're good for other reasons, I guess. But like,
right.
But yeah, it was always two dudes and a mic, man.
Two dudes and a mic.
All right, Rob.
Well, thanks, Matt.
Should make eye contact here or here?
Cross your legs. I'm right in front of you.
Wide open.
No, I'm going to piggyback off of not the physical stuff, but I think that like maybe I don't know if you would say it's a fear or if it's like
probably a fear,
but it's something that people don't know. I don't think that don't know you, right? Like you're like, you actually have really deep, tender feelings for the people that you love.
Yeah.
And I think oftentimes, like you're saying, it's like people mistake something for something that it's not. Like I remember one time when we were at a TAMFT or AMFT conference, and there was like parents from the Sandy Hook shooting talking.
Yeah.
And I was going to go in, and this, like, your response was like, it wasn't this, but it was kind of like, stupid. Like, I'm leaving. And I was like, it's like, I don't think he really thinks it's dumb. Like, what's going on? But then you told me later, like, dude, I would literally fall apart in there. Like, I love my kids so much that would like kill me to even sit in there and listen to something like that. And again, I don't think people, like, you've mentioned a few things on the podcast about like how deeply affected you are by people that are like being made fun of or like struggling. And so yeah, I think like it's okay to show that part. I do think a lot of the things that you do like meet that need in a way that like we know.
Right.
But yeah, maybe
but only because you know.
Yeah, but other people might be thinking like they might be mistaking it for something that it's not.
Yeah,
right. Like you've said before, like if I can make myself the butt of a joke to take the heat off somebody who's like, then I will do that. And like like your loyalty and your I mean, you're always there. So like, I think that letting that part of you show more would be awesome.
You guys freaking nailed me, like in a good way. Meaning, like, I think those are two things, because the intimacy, they tie in together to me. There's an intimacy, physical contact, and there's a sincerity that I always wonder. I've always had this feeling growing up that's like I have to be funny, and so I don't express very well the more sincere, intimate responses instead. Sort of like stupid.
I'm sure you didn't say that, but
no. But ironically, I could hear Rob.
I could tell.
Stupid.
You're like, I think I'm going to go on that one. Like, damn.
No, it like I wonder too, like how much of a lot of these things are kind of obviously personality and things like that, but like there's like a birth order thing to this, right? Because my youngest is exactly the same way. Like she loves people like fiercely and always wants to. She's always thinking of other people and like knows people deeply and like, but her response to that kind of stuff is always like the opposite of that. But it's not that it's not there, and maybe the fact that the response is what it is means it's deeper than it is for other people, and so. But yeah, like I think it's been awesome on episodes when you've said like, this is kind of why I do this thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, you know, yeah,
that's
didn't know that was connected to that.
The birth order thing is interesting, which we won't get into right now because we won't have time. But thinking about my son, who is actually a really envious or admirable blend of sincerity and wanting to feel close, but also making tons of freaking hilarious jokes.
Yeah.
Which kid?
Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
Like actually all my kids are really good at a lot of sincerity, but then tell really funny jokes. I'm always like, the sincerity must come from your mom. You guys didn't get it from me. So I guess it's my turn, which I have to say first, and you guys can all say this too. I'm sure you would. It's like, I really, really appreciate this thing because it does make me feel like now, I think there's a level of like, you guys can know me well enough to know this is something I'm working on or I struggle with and still say it's fine. And to say that now there's like an accountability of like, okay, so if I lean into this, they'll know what I'm doing. They won't be like, what the crap is Rob doing? It's like, so actually part of me is like, Spaceman, if you see me in public, just come give me a hug. Like I'm going to embrace it. I was going to say, I can only think of a few spacemen that I actually see in person. So it'd be like, I'm telling 3 people they can come hug me, but someone now in like 2 weeks, I'm going to get hugged.
Well, I was going to say, maybe there are other spacemen you don't realize you see in person.
That could be true too. I'm going to get hugged all over the place.
Yeah. You can be like, oh, you must listen to the show. No, I just saw you. I saw other people hug you. So I thought it'd be okay.
I just thought we were hugging. Rob's a hugger now. So here's mine for you guys. And Mike, I'm going to go last on you. It's not it.
The first will be last.
This is interesting because when I thought about this feedback too, I thought it's funny because it's not like here's something that you need to improve. It's like here in my mind, it's like here's somewhere I can see your potential.
Yeah,
like there's something here that's like, how do we push towards that thing? So what's interesting is, Mike's talking about admiring both you guys, and I think I've obviously known Mike longer, but so I think, I've admired you guys both for a long time as well. One thing, when I say that you're the smart guy, and then it's like, man, I wish my brain works like Matt's. And sometimes I listen to you talk about couples therapy. I'm like, I wish I was more like a couples therapist like Matt. Even though I genuinely think I like my approach and my style. So I'm not actually, like I suck, but I do think that all the time that I suck. But so the feedback that I had was, I tried a long time because one part was, we've already talked about this before. Like, dude, how do you let your humor come out? Like when we tell stories not on these cameras,
saving it for the paid version of them.
Because sometimes, like, just your faces, like when I got here earlier today, you did this face. It's like, like I can't even do them. It's like that. But I actually thought, no, I've given you that feedback before. This feedback, I thought about, and it was actually the first thing I thought of. But then I thought, I've actually seen this changing. So I'll give it to you and then we'll wait and see. I think.
Test me.
Is I've watched and thought, man, sometimes Matt seems bipolar. Like, just in the context of like, you're like, you go so hard at something and sometimes 50 things.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'm lighting this thing on fire.
Yeah.
And actually my feedback was, you have really good ideas for stuff that pushes forward. Sometimes I think I don't know if it's like you feel the need that you have to do a whole bunch all at once. Like if it's a scarcity mindset or something, it's like, I must. So, and then you burn out on all of them. And it's like, wait, you have some really good stuff. Do that. Stick with that one for a little while.
Yeah.
That's actually the reason I say the feedback's kind of shifting is I'm watching you with making these videos and these curriculum that you're making. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's shifting. Like maybe you've settled a little bit. And if that's happening, I think keep doing that because there's too much I think like what Mike's saying too, especially as you blend it in with, is your personality comes into the ideas you have. That's where I'm like, he's unstoppable. We could all be Matts. He's the new Brene Brown. He's the Matt Brown. Saint Brown. We'll just say that. But Brown. Because I think you're like listening, you talk too about the feedback you get from your clients about things that you're saying. It's like you do have a way of getting into it in a way that someone will grab and hold on to. It's just saying, okay, we'll just settle on one for a minute, build that, and then go to the next one. Yeah. Now I could be wrong and I don't have the whole picture.
That's
sometimes it's like you're doing 5 at once, like just do this one first. Yeah. And then when that's settled, because I think you could build something really incredible.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Hey, my pleasure.
No, I totally like it. That resonates a lot because I've thought about that on multiple occasions. Am I bipolar? Because like
I don't actually think you are.
No, but like definitely like that pattern is true for me. Where like I have pretty, I would say like I don't have a steady emotional state, and like I don't think that it gets like to levels where it's like I'm way out of sync with myself, but it does, like there's a lot of variation, like even like in one day. But yeah, I exhaust myself because of lack of, I think it's almost like a fear of going all in on one thing.
Yeah.
And so I end up picking like a bunch of things up and it feels forward moving, but like that's why I think I'm so like at a core level like attracted to like minimalism, like this essentialism book we're reading, like because I think I just need to like get past the fear of going 100% all in on one thing, because I've always had like a backup.
Yeah. And you're doing the backups at the same time.
Yeah.
Is that
and so it's probably more like rooted in a fear of like completely flopping.
Yeah.
But yeah,
which I've got my own stuff with that too. And actually I think once we talked more about burnout, that's where I was like, it's not bipolar. There is burnout. I think it's you run so fast in these directions and it's burnout.
Yeah.
Which is different to me than that. But so, Mike, here's the thing. There's actually nothing bad in this. I knew that the feedback I would have would be the same feedback right now that you've heard already multiple times today. It's so fascinating because I think I've told you before. I don't remember who was telling me this, but they said Mike's their favorite because when he says stuff, it's like, oh, okay, that's the guy. Like he's a normal dude. He gets this. He's like this and this. But somehow in your brain, and this because I've known you longer than this podcast, I could say this has been something that's been around for a while. It's like and I would actually say not just comparison points. Although there has been that between you and I because we're so similar and we're close in age and we grew up together and all those things. But just in general, like it's like you'll question yourself in ways that I'm like, there's too much potential for confidence in there. Like, you know our family, we'll fake confidence like crazy. So that people think it's like, well, you just think you're the best. It's like, I don't really. I say that because I'm actually worried I'm the worst.
Yeah.
So even when I tell people like I'm the best couples therapist in Austin, it's like I just worried I actually suck at this, so I tell you that so you all believe it, and then maybe it'll feel that way. But it's funny because I feel like if you could, and I don't know if it's a matter of like positive affirmations in the mirror or what, but if it's like if there's a way to say, hey, wait a second, I have valuable things in my head, and it's funny because the longer I've done this job, kind of like what Matt's saying with degrees, it's like the more I recognize being good at therapy is kind of like knowing how to be good at letting you come out more. And so it's like, well, how do we just get the you coming out more? And that's, I think the feedback from the listeners is like, let's get more of you, like, but I think sometimes you've said this before. It's like, well, Rob, you've told me this. It's like, well, sure, dude, we've talked about tons of stuff. It's not like it was my idea, even though sometimes like, that was my idea because my insecurity comes out. And I'm like, but I'm a smart one in the room, even though it's probably not me. So like I said, it's a little maybe unsatisfying, or maybe it's a little like we're laying it on thick, but it's like, dude, you've got to like start seeing. I would say if I could say it in the right way, it's not the right way, but like see who you are more rather than who you aren't or who you could be. It's like, this is like, I know what I bring to the table, which you've talked about before. Like, you tell those stories about, well, Rob's the funny one. It's like, it's okay. I know what I bring to the table. It's like, that's true here. It's like what Matt's saying, when there's only two of us, the dynamic of the show changes. Because having three is just, it's like it's like, well, you bring a perspective that Matt doesn't bring, or that I don't bring. And actually, even just the dynamic of me and you, sometimes I can feel when it's like, oh, are we fighting on this show? Maybe that comes from the comparison. I don't know.
I've had several people say, yeah, you can tell they're brothers.
I was going to say, we need Matt to keep things balanced.
So, like I said, to me, I think it's a much bigger picture of like, like seeing across the board. Because actually, I hadn't thought of it the way Matt was describing it, but it's like, you're ahead of us in all these other categories. The only one you're not ahead of us is we went to school longer than you did, which really at our level means we just wrote a dissertation and did
some more clinical hours in the program.
Which
like while you would have been doing those as a private practitioner. Yeah.
Right. And even then, like, I've known people who have been therapists for a long time, hours and hours and hours, way past me. And I'm like, you still suck at this. So it's not like the hours it's not like, I think leaning into you more in general across the board, like recognizing the kind of dad you are, the kind of husband you are, the kind of friend you are, and the way specifically that you look at the world is valuable to so many people. Like, to recognize the way I see things is meaningful, not just my education is meaningful, because really, I mean, I said it twice now. I'm like, education, man, sometimes I feel like I don't remember half the education I got anymore, because I don't even trust some of the stuff I got from professors. Like, well, that was way freaking wrong. But so I think there's room for developing more, like, of who you are, whatever that takes, to say, okay, how do I lean into this is me? That'd be good.
Thanks. It's ironically the last 2 months, maybe. And so I like this, like the feedback both resonates and was to an extent unsurprising.
Yeah.
Because I've felt this urge. The way I've phrased it is, I just need to open my mouth more. Because I so often choose to, like we've talked about it on here before, like I so often choose to let someone else be the voice. And I've just felt this like weird urge to like, no, dude, you need to open your mouth.
Well, and I will say in your defense, being my sibling, I don't make it easy, because I'm like, watch this, I can open my mouth wider and louder. I mean, I watched it with our siblings. I watched one of our siblings just like try to open their mouths, and it was like, every time it happened, it was like no one even noticed. And it's like, yeah, it's not because they don't care. It's because the dynamic of this room is like, you have to go louder and bigger.
Yeah.
Like, and not all of our siblings are like that, but
yeah.
So, well, I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoyed doing this.
Yeah, it was good.
I did too, actually.
It feels, I don't know how to describe it. It does feel like very intimate and connecting, even though we're letting lots of people listen to it. Dozens of fans all over the world. This is the kind of thing that I would hope that people listening to this would say, like, hey, how do I go to my friend or to my spouse or even to my kids and say, hey, here's some things I want to share with you that I've noticed. And keeping it, like, I think the problem with criticism, I just, watching that Billy Joel documentary, it's like they talk about critics being like, this album he's just trying to copy somebody else, or, whatever and it feels like, what good does that do? Like, to tell somebody that's not good. And it feels like, what? Why aren't you saying, hey, do you know that you have this potential and that if you unlock this, then you can become, it would feel more like this to you? The fact that you guys both gave me things that are kind of in line with each other feels like, oh, cool. That makes me feel really hopeful of like, oh, so that is something I really need to like, that is, if what I'm working on next needs to be that. Very deliberately, even awkwardly, maybe even forcefully, to make sure that I'm pushing this thing into place. And now everybody's going to hug. Keep it clean. Well, we'll play darts after this, after we go to the drink store. But I was going to say we could do a group hug, but Mike's not here. Remember that one time we tried to do a group hug?
And knocked heads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
That's
It's okay. I'll send one of my favorite hugging gifts to each of you.
Sweet.
Is it Rocky and Apollo on the beach?
No. That's a good one.
It's a very good one.
But no, it's Turk and JD.
Oh, that's
have some of the best hugs ever.
I was just going to give you a little more feedback about how you need to pick a better gift, but I'll save that for another episode.
With my PhD,
one of us has a PhD, Mike.
So I mean,
I have done that with clients many times, pointing at my wall. One of us has a PhD.
Oh, I did have one more thing. Sorry.
Oh,
and I don't need to wrap up.
This is like the last gift behind the Christmas tree.
I know.
Right?
Oh, it's the Red Ryder BB gun. We're shooting our eye out.
Like you were talking about, Rob, you said something about like how do I go and have this kind of conversation with someone? And as you said it, I thought back to kind of our reaction when Matt initially proposed the idea and our reaction every time it came up. And I think, there isn't like, don't go into it expecting that someone's going to be like, oh, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
No, that's probably not what you're going to get. You're probably going to get some hesitation or trepidation. And that's the thing. Like I knew coming into today, I mean, I didn't know. I worried that I like crap. What if I hear things that really kind of step on an insecurity or something like that? And ultimately what I leaned back on was, no, but I trust Matt and Rob to know that even if they have something that might hurt, they're not just going to drop it and then walk away. Like they're not, And so I leaned in the trust that I had in the relationship that we've built to know that, even if I'm a little hesitant about having this conversation, there's no way we walk away from it with damage to the relationship.
Right.
And so I think as you're looking at having this kind of conversation with somebody, like, you'll see some hesitation and some anxiety surrounding it probably, but just trust in the relationship and trust in what you and your spouse or you and your friend or you and whoever it is have built together.
I mean, I would also say that don't approach the conversation saying, can I sit down with you and tell you some things that I think you need to change? I think it's different to go in and say,
right,
hey, why don't we give me some feedback on me.
Let's do
like,
this.
Where you see potential, potential that I'm not meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't speak for you guys, but at least for me, the way for listeners, the way Mike and Matt handled this, I feel like for me, it felt very kind of loving, and it felt really good, even though they're saying things like, oh, I do need to work on that. I can't describe how it just felt good. So in that context, if you sat down with your friend or your spouse and said, can you tell me some things of where maybe my potential is that I'm not reaching, that I don't see, even if you do see it, then I think it could be really beneficial.
Yeah, I think that there's there's somebody saying I believe in you, right? Which you could write off pretty easily because you could be like, well, that's
sure,
you're
that's
just
what
saying.
you say.
But when somebody tells you like, you could grow in this direction, and they don't even really have to say, I believe in you. It's just the way they say it and the fact that they say it. Like that's easier to believe and feel like it's loving because it's a true statement of like faith in you. And I think too often we're kind of like, I'll make you feel comfortable, which really means I think you're incapable and weak and all these things, right? Like, and there is a time and a place for that stuff too, right? But I think if that's the only feedback you get, it can start to feel like, oh man, like people don't expect much of me because they don't believe in my capacity to grow.
Yeah.
Well, spacemen, I feel whole. It's really good. I like this. So, but do spacemen, look for the link and keep giving us feedback.
More.
And give us topics and things you want us to talk about, because it is helpful to us to feel like we can actually address directly what you're looking for rather than we just bantered for 35 minutes or apparently an hour and 35 minutes. And then come back next time and catch us on the Manspace. Honesty, such a lonely word.